Welcome to the Explainer. We've all seen those amazing AI demos, but then trying to get AI agents to actually work reliably in the real world, that's a whole other story. Today, we're going to break down a system that tackles that exact problem head-on. So let's start with a feeling I think we all know. You've got a super powerful large language model, you've written what you think is a great prompt, but your AI agent still fails. It just gets stuck, or it completely misunderstands what you want. So what is going on? Well, the research is really clear on this one. The biggest culprit isn't always the AI model itself, or even your prompt. The number one reason for failure is poorly structured context. Basically, all the background info, the data, and the tools you give the AI to work with. And this brings us to a discipline that is becoming absolutely essential for anyone building with AI, context engineering. The best way to think about it is like this. It's the art and science of preparing the perfect mission briefing for your AI. It's about giving that model everything it could possibly need to succeed before you even ask it to do anything.
Now, this slide just nails the difference. We all talk about prompt engineering, right? That's about perfecting one single question. But context engineering, that's about building the entire briefing book. It's the difference between asking for one specific answer and handing over a complete reference manual so the agent can run a complex, multi-step job all by itself.
Okay, so if building this detailed briefing book by hand is the biggest bottleneck, the biggest barrier to reliable AI, how do we get around it? Well, this is where a system called Context Engineer AI comes into play, and its whole purpose is to automate this entire process. So at its core, what this tool does is automate the creation of what we call standard operating procedures, or SOPs. You can literally feed it a whole pile of your messy, unstructured documents, give it a simple goal, and it will spit out a detailed, step-by-step plan that an AI agent can actually understand and follow.
And for the developer, the process is just beautifully simple. Step 1, you upload the knowledge, all the existing docs and notes you have on a process. Step 2, you can add some web links for extra context. And step 3, you just tell it the final goal in plain English. That's it. You're done.
Now, behind the scenes, the system takes all that information and hands it over to Google's Gemini model. But here's the clever part. It doesn't just ask for an answer. It tells the AI to act like an expert business process analyst. So, just like a human consultant, it analyzes everything and breaks your goal down into a logical, actionable workflow.
So let's talk about the output, because this system doesn't just create, a simple text file. It's designed to build something way more powerful, modular, reusable AI components that are often called skills.
And this right here, the skill package exporter, is a total game changer. It's inspired by this big shift we're seeing on platforms like Claude AI, where developers are building powerful agents out of smaller, interchangeable skills. This system automates the creation of those skills, packaging up an entire capability that an agent can just pick up and use.
And when you actually look inside one of these skill packages, you realize it's not just one file. It's a whole toolkit, a collection of different components, all structured to work together to give the AI absolutely everything it needs for one specific job.
This is just brilliant because you can see how each file has a specific purpose. The skl.md file, that's the main playbook. Reference.md is the quick cheat sheet. Examples.md shows the AI exactly what a good job looks like. And, what's even better, it actually generates tools for the AI, like a Python helper script to automate boring tasks, or any template files it might need.
Okay, so what's the real-world impact here? Why does automating all this stuff really change the game for developers who are trying to build useful AI?
Well, the benefits are huge, and they really fall into 3 buckets. First, your agents just become way more reliable because their instructions are crystal clear. Second, your whole system becomes modular. You can reuse and update these skills easily. And third, your development speed just goes through the roof because you're automating what used to be a super tedious manual process. When you step back, what a system like this is really doing is acting as a translator. It's taking all of that messy, unspoken human knowledge, the stuff that's buried deep inside a company's documents, and it's turning it into explicit, structured, actionable context that an AI can finally understand and actually use. This completely shifts the focus for AI developers. You're no longer stuck down at the micro level, endlessly tweaking a single prompt to get it right. Instead, you're working at the macro level, designing and automating entire business workflows. You're not just asking better questions, you're building repeatable processes.
So what's the big takeaway?
Tools like this are finally answering one of the biggest questions in AI development today, which is, okay, my prompt works once, but how do I scale it? And the answer is by moving beyond single prompts and into these automated, context-rich workflows.
And this really leaves us with a fascinating final thought. When an AI can automatically generate its own blueprint, its own instruction manual, it's doing more than just executing a task, right? It's actively helping design the very systems it operates in. And that opens up a huge question about what comes next.